Hi, Pat McGuire here. I'm sure you remember that on New Year's Eve, I uh, made a resolution that I was going to help family and friends, plus anyone else who wants to, create a healthier 2018. Excuse me. And I'm going to today talk about why getting healthier is good for you, because diseases can be prevented or even reversed if you understand how to do it. So we're going to look at that because I did it, and so can you. I spent 2017 learning about how nutrition, the foods that we take in, can either improve my life or actually make it worse. And I improved my life. I was able to get off medicines for high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, gastro reflux disease, which is also called GERD, GERD, and my statins. I feel better. I had knee problems and they're better. Now, I still have more weight to go, but I've created an improvement in my health that now I know that as I continue to follow a nutrition lifestyle uh, that can help reverse diseases, I will also improve my overall weight and energy level. So, this is what we're going to look at today. I really want you to be able to say 2018 was the best year of my life in regards to health. Now, this is something I grew up with, and a lot of people grew up with, is the competition between McDonald's and Burger King. And they wanted you to vote on which was better, the Big Mac or the Whopper. Now, I really don't care who won. What I want you to focus on is the colors that you're seeing and the quantity of each color. So you're going to see light brown, dark black, light brown, light brown, light brown, a little darker, because remember this is grilled and this isn't. But you only see a little bit of green, a little bit of green. Here, a little bit of green, a little bit of red for tomatoes, a little bit of green for pickle too. But the majority of what you see are brown colors. They're not colors of living, they're colors of death. They're colors of stagnant. Whereas greens and reds and oranges and yellows and blues are vibrant. They tell you that what you're eating will bring you alive. Now, this was something I grew up with, were called TV dinners, and now they're called microwave dinners. But again, yes, they got some vegetables in, they got some fruit in, but they got a lot of mashed potatoes, which means they have milk and butter in them. What color is milk and butter? White, bland, the potatoes also, and then fried chicken, again, brown. Is brown healthy? Not necessarily. How many fruits and vegetables do you eat that are brown? Now, grains, that's a different story. Grains provide us with a ton of fiber and a lot of protein. So, they're very important to us. Meat provides protein and fat. And the way this meat is prepared also provides more fat and more salt. They added the fat and the salt to increase the taste, because when you prepare food this way, it loses taste, becomes very bland. So, is that what I want to have? Do you ever feel, why is it moving? There we go. Do you ever feel like you're surrounded by brown food? It's calling to you, it's surrounding you, it's holding you captive. Well, that's kind of where our society is right now. I've been watching a lot of commercials recently, and they're focusing on hamburgers and pizzas and other things that don't have a lot of color other than brown or black or white. I just don't feel that that's what I want to put in my body. It's like eating winter. The ground looks dead. It's brown. There may be snow. That's white. But do you feel, like there's life in winter? No. You think about spring and summer when you have the greens, the reds, the purples. That feels like it's alive. This doesn't. And we want to be alive. Now, what's the outcome from all of the brown that we've been eating is that we are now a nation of obese people. 1 out of every 3 adults is overweight. 2 out of every 3 adults is overweight or obese. And 1 out of 6 children, school-age children, are obese. They may say, oh, that looks real cute at this age, but it's a sign that what's going in the body is not as nutritious as it should be. It's calorie laden, but it's not nutritious. So what also can happen because of this dietary lifestyle and also because of the weight? Well, I can tell you one thing that happened to me, high blood pressure. I don't have that anymore because I learned how to eat to improve my blood pressure. And it's not just taking away the salt. That's an old tale, but there's a lot more to it than that. We're talking about the foods that lay down cholesterol plaques on our arteries, which then make the arteries more stiff. And as they're stiff, it takes more pressure from the heart to push it around the body and into your head. What also happens is cardiovascular disease or heart attacks. Did you know that 1 out of 4 people die every year from a heart attack? And every 40 seconds, somebody is having a heart attack. They may not die from it, but they're having it every 40 seconds. I don't want that to be you. And then there's problems with the brain. The one we think about dealing again with blood pressure and heart are strokes. Strokes are very common. Basically, every 4 minutes, someone dies from a stroke. And every 40 seconds, someone has a stroke. Well, stroke impairs the quality of your life. It impairs your ability to access different skills like language skills and motor skills and memory. You don't want that. You want food that enhances the skills of your brain, not takes away the skills. Believe it or not, Alzheimer's is also linked to nutrition. And of course, it's also a brain-based disorder. And it affects 5.5 million people right now. And basically, 1 in 10 people over 65 will end up with Alzheimer's. 1 in 10%. So if I think of 10 friends that are 65 or over, 1 of them will end up getting Alzheimer's. I don't want to see that happen if it doesn't have to. We're back to food again. I would say you're seeing a lot of color, but where is the color coming from? Oh, there's some green there, a little bit of green, right? But it's in a sea of brown. This is pizza. Pizza has cheese, which is kind of yellow, which is full of cholesterol. Believe it or not, it's also full of estrogens from the cows. You have the pepperoni that has a ton of grease. You look here, again, you're seeing, definitely some green, but you're also seeing a lot of brown, a lot of French fries. We know that French fries are processed potatoes. Potatoes by themselves are not as unhealthy as people think, but when you process them, you start adding salt and oils or fats to them. You're taking away the nutrients that can help us. Now, this is a type of color that will give you health. We have fruits and vegetables. Yes, we have grains and legumes that are not as colorful, but they add a ton of fiber, which is good for keeping the cholesterol down. It keeps the bowels moving so that it decreases the risk of colon cancer. So it's very, very important, and it's a source of carbohydrates, which complex carbohydrates, whole grain products, whole potatoes, whole wheat, whole rice, all of that is actually good for you because our bodies function on carbohydrates, which is glucose. Our bodies use that as the primary food source. Now, people say, oh, low carb diet, we got to get the carbs out. Our bodies require carbohydrates, but they don't require the simple ones found in candy and anything that has high fructose corn syrup. That is very processed carbohydrates. That goes into your system very quickly and causes the pancreas to kick out a lot of insulin, but it can't take care of as much as it needs to. And so you get a little resistance in there. So yeah, carbohydrates are good in the whole foods way of eating them. Come on. There we go. Now, a lot of people say, oh, well, I have to have animal products. I need milk because of calcium. Well, believe it or not, of course, tofu, broccoli, leafy greens, almonds, there's almonds and some other mixed nuts and grains. They all are high in calcium. And people say, but then if I can get it either way, why don't I use milk? Well, the problem with milk and meat is although it provides calcium, it also causes the body to get rid of calcium, because calcium is a buffer. It helps keep our body's pH in a slightly alkaline range, because that's the healthiest for our body. The more acidic it gets, the more our body starts taking calcium out of the bones to bring it back to an alkaline level. So we're actually losing more calcium than what the product is bringing in. And the acidic nature also leads to more damage to the lining of our arteries and to other body parts, which increases the risk of cancer. And then we look at eggs because it's a great source of protein, but it also has high cholesterol. So that can be a problem. So a nice substitute that would be beans, tofu, lentils, things that are good for protein, but they don't have the cholesterol problems. And also, they're good, except for the tofu, they're good for fiber. What about omega-3 fatty acids? We talk about fish. Yeah, but the downside of fish is they are kind of a holding tank for a lot of toxins, because the fish we eat are at the upper end of the food pyramid when we talk about who's eating who or what's eating what. And so they're eating all the smaller fish and in water life that have more toxins, that have eaten things with toxins, and it gets absorbed into their fat cells because toxins are fat soluble. So then we're getting concentrated loads of these toxins, which then go into our fat cells as our body tries to protect us from the toxins. But the problem is they stay in there, and so they can have a chronic cause of illness with us, because they don't just stay quiet. They start eating away at our body. So yeah, it's better, to keep this to very minimal and try to get our omega-3s from flax seeds, walnuts, other seeds and nuts. Now, this is the way a healthy plate's supposed to look. Now, you saw the TV dinner, and it had, chicken here, and it had mashed potatoes here, a little fruit here, and then a little vegetable there. Here you're having a half plate of fruits and vegetables, a quarter plate of noodles, which are still processed, but they are not processed with as much salt and fat. If you don't put the fat in there, there's no fat in them. And then a lean meat, they'll provide you with the protein you need. But if you want to be totally safe, you substitute beans for that to get rid of the risk of cholesterol. Now, I am an Arbonne independent consultant, which means that I have found a company that meets my standards of sharing. They are pure, safe, and beneficial. I have done the 30 days to healthy living, and indeed what you get is you learn about what foods can help you and what foods might slow down your progress or actually lead to problems. And these are people who actually did the 30 days, and you can tell that there have been a lot of changes. Now, some of them were not just the 30-day numbers. Some of them were a little bit longer than that, but they've been on the 30 days and they found improvement not only in their weight, but in their health. And yes, my focus is on how my health improved, but I did lose 35 pounds. And my goal for 2018 is to lose another 35 pounds. I'm not trying for a quick weight loss. I'm trying to develop a healthy lifestyle, and I want to help you develop a healthy lifestyle. And Arbonne's 30 Days to Healthy Living program can indeed help you. It teaches you more in depth about what I just showed you. It gives you the support you need to be able to reach the goals you want. So I want you to come join me. Let me help you now. Give me 30 days. And if you don't feel better, go back to the way you were living. But I doubt you'll be able to say you don't feel better. So far, I haven't met anyone who said I feel worse after doing it. The majority say I feel better. A very large number say they've lost weight, they've slept better, they have more energy, they have more focus, they have less GI problems. These are positive things. What do you have to lose? Message me now on Facebook, email me at pmguire@prodigy.net, or give me a call at 319-350-3646. Just do it. Come back and join me. I really want you to have a great 2018. I want you to maybe cut down on your medical costs by being able to go off medications. I want you to feel like you have the energy to enjoy your kids or your grandkids, get involved with your friends and family more instead of feeling wiped out. Let me help you. I want to be there for you. So contact me now. I'm waiting to hear from you.